The disappearance of Alexis Murphy. The abduction and murder of Alexis Murphy was the much talked about event in 2013. If you ask any family or friends about the teen, they would tell you she was such a beautiful and bubbly soul who was always laughing and smiling. Why anyone would want to abduct a lovely person as her was what everyone wanted to know. All the teen dreamed about on that sad day of the event was to look pretty for her upcoming senior pictures. Today's video reveals all the mystery surrounding the disappearance and eventual death of Alexis. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to our channel. Today we will be talking about a popular internet sensation, the disappearance of Alexis Murphy. As always, before we begin, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more quality stories like this. Also, if you don't want to miss a single one of our uploads, press the bell notification button and turn on YouTube notifications on your phone. Alexis Murphy was born on June 5, 1996, in Virginia, United States, as Alexis Tiara Murphy. She was born to parents Laura Murphy and Troy Brown. Alexis was a high school senior in Lovington who loved her family, social media, sport, fashion, and the colour pink. She was even captain of her volleyball team, the Nelson Lady Govs. She was someone who always kept her large number of followers updated and entertained on her life's journey. She was simply loved by all. On August 3, 2013, 17-year-old Alexis went to the store to buy some hair extensions. Before making the trip, she tweeted to her friends about taking a road trip. It was time for senior year picture, and she wanted to get her hair done just for that. She had left her home in Shipman, Virginia in the evening and planned to travel to Lynchburg to purchase the items. Her mother, Laura, gave her some money and watched as her daughter left, driving her husband's white 2003 Nissan Maxima. Laura said that her daughter was laughing and very excited as she walked out of the house. She herself was on her way out to work an overnight shift at the post office. She was not aware that she is seeing her daughter for the very last time. Alexis had a strict curfew which she usually adhered to, so when she did not return home after midnight, her grandmother, who lived with the family, became worried. Alexis had never passed her curfew time before. It was evident that something was wrong. Her father, upon learning the news, asked for the cops to be called. For the next couple of days, Alexis's family and friends helped the police search for her after she was officially reported as a missing person. Alexis was very much loved by her friends and her followers on social media. There are lots of posts about the missing teen, and soon her followers started coming in and helping with the searching. On the night of the search, the state police were called in and they had a helicopter in the air. The FBI was also searching on the ground. Her case became a national speculation. For days, people searched for Alexis, hoping to find her. However, 3 days later, the police finally made some headway. Alexis' father's car was found abandoned in a movie theatre parking lot in Charlottesville. There was absolutely nobody in the car. The car could not have gotten there on its own. Someone had to have driven it there. The police started searching nearby malls for evidence. This was very fruitful. Someone was captured in surveillance videos from these malls. The car was seen pulling in at 10:30 p.m, the night after Alexis went missing. Unfortunately, it was very dark at night, and so they could not make out the figure of the person. It was impossible to tell who got out of the car. The video was very grainy, black and white surveillance video. No matter how much they enhanced the video, it was still difficult to see the person. The discovery was not actually futile. This is because it provided the investigators with a hunch or clue as to where Alexis might have gone or stopped for a while. The local teens had a spot they usually hanged out at after school and on weekends. The police figured Alexis may have hung out there for some time. That's it, the Liberty gas station. After searching through the gas station surveillance video, they made another huge discovery. The video showed the teen coming into the service station and stopping to buy some gas at 7:15 p.m. for her trip. Profiles say that Alexis seemed rather like her normal, happy self. She did not look scared nor angry. Everything looked perfectly normal. However, things took an exciting turn as she was on her way out of the gas station. A man held the door open for her as she exited. As it was a pretty normal encounter, Alexis did not say anything. She didn't even stop and look at him. She only quietly walked out. The police did, however. They took note of the man in the surveillance video and his attributes. He had a large, unique tattoo on his neck, and he was driving a rather disgusting vehicle, a camouflaged Chevrolet Suburban. After, they were both seen leaving in their cars in the same direction. Whilst the search was going on, the FBI were trying to locate Alexis's cell phone signal to narrow down her most recent location before she went missing. Thankfully, her cell phone signal pinged off a cell phone tower, and it was closer than anticipated. It was located in an area not more than a mile north of the gas station. It was time for the investigators to do a sweep of the area. Both the FBI and the Virginia State Police swarmed the location. They found an abandoned property right beside Route 29, right along the main highway. It was an old house that was surrounded by vegetation, and it was already summertime. The camouflaged Chevrolet Suburban was found parked within an overgrown bush. It looked like an attempt to hide the car. More so intriguing was when the man spotted in the surveillance was the same person who greeted the investigators. Up close with him, they were able to interpret the tattoo. It was a large neck tattoo of Daffy the Duck. They had no doubt that this was the same man spotted in the video. He was asked a few questions, and he did his best not to incriminate himself. With a quick look around the property, the detectives spotted a camper and approached it. On top of the camper was a camera which overlooked the driveway. The man's name was finally revealed. He goes by Randy Taylor. Randy invited the detectives inside the camper. One of the detectives was drawn to something shiny, which looked like a nose ring or an earring or a fingernail in the carpet. Aside that, a long black hair belonging to an African American was found on the pillow of his bed. The evidence was gathered and sent for DNA testing to the Virginia State Police Crime Lab. A closer look at the surveillance video from another angle showed Randy going towards his camper with Alexis's car following behind him. All the evidence which was taken from Randy's camper came back positive, matching Alexis's DNA. This means that he knew something about the disappearance of the teen. This prompted the detectives to go back and ask more questions. Knowing that the police had proof of his possible connection with Alexis, he said that the teen, together with a black guy with dreadlocks, came to his camper to get drugs. They all drank some beers, and she left laughing and smiling. According to him, that was the last time he saw her. He named the black guy as Damian Bradley. While Damian knew Alexis, he denied escorting her to Randy's camper. Fortunately for him, his alibi checked out. He was spending time with his father in Alabama at the time of Alexis's disappearance. This time, the police had enough to arrest Randy. He had made multiple face statements, and the evidence against him was too much not to notice. Trina Murphy, Alexis's aunt, made a shocking revelation after a picture of Randy was shown to her. While she could not pinpoint where she had met him, she was sure he looked very familiar. Later, she was able to recall. Apparently, he used to work at a used car lot where she had once bought a car from. Surprisingly, he was the one who handed her the keys after the purchase. The detectives wanted to know what kind of person the suspect was and if he had any special motive for abducting Alexis. What they found out was very creepy. Randy used to park his car at the corner of the Liberty gas station and sit there for more than an hour just watching people come in and go out of the store. An employee at the pawn shop told the police that about 45 minutes before Alexis walked into the store, the suspect purchased 2 adult videos from his store. At that point, it became clear that Randy was perhaps sexually motivated to abduct the missing teen. After obtaining a search warrant, they went back to the camper and did a more vivid search of the place. They found a balled-up t-shirt under the sofa, which had blood stains, some black hair extensions, a pair of false eyelashes, all of which matched Alexis's DNA. Just about 15 feet from the camper, Alexis's phone was found. Without the body, people were anxious to find out if Randy will be charged. Randy was indeed charged and found guilty of first-degree murder and abduction and intent to defile. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences. Beyond reasonable doubt, the cops were sure that Randy had killed the young Alexis Murphy. Randy is also a person of interest in the disappearance of Samantha Clark, a 19-year-old girl who went missing from the town of Orange. If proven to be involved, he could face a death penalty. 7 years later, on the 3rd of December, Alexis's body was found on private property along Route 29. The remains have been identified as belonging to the teen. Her family has finally been able to get the closure they lost hope in. Auntie Trina now works with an organisation called Help Save the Next Girl, which helps the world remember the teens they have lost. To her, abduction can happen anywhere, anytime, to anybody. For that, the next girl must be protected at all costs. We have now reached the end of today's video. Did you like our story? For more interesting stories like this, subscribe to our channel and press the bell button to get an update whenever we upload a new video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time.